All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, peace and salutations to the Akim, to the elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of this earth, pushing this truth and faith and sincerity. I'm the brother Shema from the GMS Houston camp, and this lesson is going to be entitled, what is the mark of Cain? This is a real basic lesson, going into, the mark, all right, that was placed upon Cain and exactly what it was, all right, and what it is, okay, because his descendants still have it, all right, because if you are spiritual enough to understand and to receive it, Cain came back, as he saw Edom, and that mark is upon them. All right. But I just did a quick, Google search right here to see, what would come up and what will be said on this topic, right? It says, I just simply Googled, right, what is the mark of Cain? It says the mark of Cain is a symbol that the Most High placed on Cain to protect him from being killed. Says the Bible doesn't specify what the mark was, but it's generally assumed that it was visible. So this is the key part. It's visible. The mark that's put on Cain is a visible mark. All right. Some possible interpretations include, it says, a letter of the Hebrew or Sumerian alphabet placed on Cain's face or arm, which that doesn't make sense. All right. Because the mark that was going to be put, on Cain was going to be extremely visible, because it said that whosoever, we'll get into Genesis the 4th chapter, right? So let's just go through these options real quick. It said the word Sabbath inscribed on Cain's face. It said the tetragrammaton, the four-letter name of the Most High inscribed on Cain, which no, it definitely wouldn't be that. All right, this man has no respect towards the Most High, and the Most High won't put his name on this man. It's a physical mark. This is a facial disfiguration, uncontrollable trembling, or leprosy. Okay? Leprosy. That's exactly, what that mark was and what it is, all right? So, let's get Genesis 4 and 8. It says, and Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. All right, and when you go into Cain's name, it's Quayan, which basically means like a piercing weapon or a dagger. Right, and Abel's name means transitory, because he wasn't, which is Habal, which he wasn't here for that long. He was only here, for a short amount of time because his brother killed him. All right, but it says, and Yahweh said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground. All right, meaning that, Cain was basically complaining. Well, Abel was complaining, all right, from the spiritual realm, of what was done to him by his brother. All right, the things that had just happened unto him, and, he wanted vengeance, basically. It says 4:11, it says, and now art thou cursed from the earth, which I opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. Right? And when you see Esau today, okay, he said, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength, because this man doesn't follow, the land Sabbath. Okay, so that's why this man has to grow GMOs and all these particular things, right? Because the earth's not yielding its strength, unto him. It says, a fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth, right? And a fugitive basically someone who has been running from judgment. Right? He has not received judgment as yet, but is running from it. Okay, and a vagabond is basically like a wanderer. All right, that's exactly what this man is. All right, he is a fugitive because he hasn't received the judgment, to come yet. All right, he's still on the loose. And he's just all over the goddamn place. Right, in everybody's land doing whatever, right? It says, and Cain said unto Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And when he said from thy face, I shall be hid, meaning the Lord ain't one dealing with him. All right. That's why I believe David said in Psalm 51, if I'm not mistaken, right, hide not thy face from me. And also when you go to the anointing prayer, Moses, brought it out, but that the Most High, let the Most High's face shine upon thee. So the Lord is going to be dealing with you, right? And basically that's what he's saying, like you basically ain't going to be dealing with me no more. All right, it says, which he really wasn't, but the Lord basically let this happen, right, to further, bring that into fruition. It says, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. All right, so he said, man, the judgment that you put on me right now, man, it's too much to where people are gonna see me and they gonna try to kill me. All right. It says, and Yahweh said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. All right, so that's why you do anything to any one of these Edomites, that judgment is coming down upon you hard, right? And if you don't know that the Edomites are the so-called white race, okay? But they're known as the Edomites in the Bible. All right, you do anything to them, right? Man, like I said, judgment's going to come down on you hard, right? And terrible. This man he's going to go to the fullest extent, right, to punish you. Okay. It says, and Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. So it says the most mark on him because of that. So let's see. Go to this word mark. All right, Strong's 8:22-6. 22:6 is a sign, a signal, a distinguishing mark. So this is something that's going to distinguish him from everybody. A banner, a remembrance, a miraculous sign, omen, a warning. All right, token, ensign, standard, miracle, proof. All right, so ultimately this was a distinguishing mark that was set upon him. And like it says when I searched it up on Google, it says that what they say, it was a possible, right, leprosy. No, that's exactly what it was. All right, when this happened, the Lord placed leprosy upon Cain. Now, he's going to go into leprosy. Right, the test for leprosy, Leviticus 13:1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, when a man shall have in the skin of his flesh a rising, a scab, or bright spot, and it being a skin of his flesh, like the plague of leprosy, then he shall be brought unto Aaron the priest, or unto one of his sons the priest. And the priest shall look on the plague and the skin of the flesh, and when the hair in the skin, and when the hair in the plague is turned white, and the plague in sight be deeper than the skin of his flesh, is a plague of leprosy, and the priest shall look on him and pronounce him unclean. All right, so this is the plague of leprosy. It describing how the skin will look, and the skin will look white. All right, and you would be unclean, but this is not the kind of leprosy that Esau has. Okay, you go to Leviticus 13:12, and if leprosy break out abroad in the skin, and the leprosy cover all the skin of him that had the plague from his head even to his foot, whatsoever the priest looketh, then the priest shall consider, and behold, if the leprosy have covered all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean that had the plague. It is all turned white. He is clean. So Esau is a clean leper. All right. But this is leprosy. This is what was placed upon Cain. This is that distinguishing mark. All right. And it was later passed down onto Esau, right? Which Cain came back, asked him, all right, because he couldn't run from that mark. That's how we know it was him. Okay. Because he was born with it this time. All right. This is Numbers 12:10. It says, and the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam, right, which is Moses' sister, became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said to Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb, right? Stillborn child, and how the flesh looks. So her flesh was turned white, and this was leprosy. And this was something that was frowned upon. All right, this was a terrible judgment, by the way, right, to have leprosy. This is nothing, that you would want to have. Right? And you have our people that be bleaching their skin, trying to look leprous. All right, well, this is a curse. All right, that's why it says that Moses cried unto Yahweh, saying, Heal her now, O Mosai, I beseech thee. All right, so no, they wouldn't with it. Like, please heal her, please turn her back. Okay, they couldn't stand to look at her like that. Imagine your pigmentation just being taken away like that in an instant. This is Exodus 4:6. It says, And Yahweh said furthermore unto him, talking unto the Most High, speaking unto Moses, Put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. All right, so he's leprous. All right, so it's showing you that leprosy is when the skin is turned white. And he said, Put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. All right, because he was a dark-skinned man. All right, but when you're turned leprous, your skin, appears to be white, right? Just like Esau Edom, right? And you can see that's why we say that he looks red. All right, because you can see through he's translucent. You can see the blood through his skin. Okay. He doesn't have pigmentation. That was took from him. All right, because in the beginning, everybody had pigmentation. Right, but the Lord set a distinguishing mark upon him. He made him, stand out, to everybody, to the world. All right. And we're going to see him and know who he was. Okay. Because of that mark. It says Genesis 25:24. It says, And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. Right. This is going into the birth of Jacob and Esau. Okay. From Isaac and Rebekah. These are the kids, or the twins, right, of Isaac, right, and Rebekah. Okay. And they weren't identical twins. All right. That's what they call it, fraternal. If I'm pronouncing it right. It says, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So he says the first came out red all over, right? This is that distinguishing mark that was put upon him, because you can see his blood through his skin. Okay, and when you go into Esau's name, and you go to the blue letter, it says Ashar, right? But his real name, or the correct and the accurate way to pronounce his name is Ishashwa, which, Isha means wasted, and the Y means he. So wasted he, or wasted away is he. What's wasted away? His skin, his pigmentation. Okay. And it was comparing him unto a garment, right? When you go into Exodus 25:5, it says, And ram skin dyed red, and badger skins and shittim wood, right? Because, people, used to dye clothing back then. All right, so it was comparing him unto this, right? A garment that was dyed red. All right. Now this is Isaiah 34:5. It says, For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. I start at 4. Isaiah 34:4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll. Right? It's talking about a mushroom cloud. It's just talking about the end, right? The end of this man's age, which what's going to cause the end of this man's age is the nuclear missiles, the ICBMs. All right. And that's why you see when these missiles are shot and it hits his target, the clouds, roll up together, as a scroll. Okay. It says, all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth from a vine, as a falling fig from the fig tree, right, in a hearkening fashion. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, upon the people of my curse to judgment. Now, when you go into this word Idumea, right, it says Adam, which is where we're supposed to be Adam. All right, Edom, right, Edomite, okay, which is just a Greek way of saying Edom. So this is who we was talking about. But he said the people of my curse. When was he cursed? When you go back into Cain. That mark that was put upon him was a curse. The curse of leprosy. All right. So, hey, that's the lesson. I hope this is edifying, straight to the point, for you all. With that, I'm going to say shalom.